Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. When it comes to anti-aging, things can seem a little bit overwhelming. I've just hit 40 and I've definitely started to focus down on the anti-aging aspects of my skincare routine a little bit more conscientiously. And as a result of that, I just find that there's a baffling array of information out there. There are so many products and ingredients that you could include if you believed all of the hype that brands were throwing at us. So in today's video, I want to just strip it right back to basics. I want to share with you the true 5 core essential ingredients that everybody needs in an effective anti-aging skincare routine that, if you use them together, could honestly deliver you next level results without having to have a 10-step skincare routine or spending hundreds of dollars to achieve it. Today we are keeping it super affordable and budget friendly so that everybody can take part in this anti-aging game. Sit back, relax, let's talk the essential anti-aging serums. So in today's video, we are going back to basics. We're having a bit of a reset because, as I said earlier, I think things have quickly become a little bit overwhelming in the skincare space. You know, lots of claims and counterclaims from the big skincare brands, new innovative ingredients, products launching all the time. And I just think sometimes it's natural to feel a little overwhelmed. I don't think anybody should, because fundamentally, skincare is self-care. Your routine should be enjoyable, it should be achievable, and it definitely should be within the budget that you have. And sometimes taking a bit of a reset and going back to basics is the best way of doing that. These are what I think are the essential anti-aging components, and then you can keep with this and get some amazing results, or you can build on it from there. It really comes down to personal choice, but I want to make this as part of a series here on the channel where we take a look at different skincare routines and take that back to basics approach. If you find this useful and helpful in terms of your own routine, let me know by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. I check the like counts of every single video that I create, and where something is more liked than another, it's more likely that I'm going to replicate that style of content in the future. So it really does help me out, and ultimately I want to create the content that you guys most find useful, helpful, and enjoyable. So a big thank you from me. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So kicking things off with these essential 5, I'm going to talk about broad spectrum sunscreens. And this is key, broad spectrum. I really don't mind whether you use a chemical sunscreen or a mineral sunscreen. Fundamentally, they're both going to work and they're going to deliver if they're broad spectrum. And I know this is the first myth that I want to kind of, get out of the way. There are people out there that say only mineral sunscreens work, only chemical sunscreens work. If you choose a good one, both will work. And whilst most people are probably using a chemical sunscreen, they make up around 97% of the global sunscreen sales. That 3% is still valid, and if you prefer a mineral sunscreen, there are some great options on the market too. The key thing is reach for a broad spectrum option. There are lots of different ones on the market, but the 2 that I'm using at the moment are these 2. So kicking things off with this is the Mad About Skin Protect and Hydrate Sunscreen. This is actually from my own brand, and I created this because it has a 6-hour protection window. Most sunscreens you need to reapply after 2 hours, which is very inconvenient, and I just never did. I'm just not the sort of person that is organized enough to reapply every 2 hours. It's not in my nature. I'm either too busy or I've left my sunscreen at home. It just wasn't working. So there are now longer wear sunscreens that use new generation filters to achieve that. This works for 6 hours, so you can put it on the morning and you don't need to stress it out. This way I'm getting longer wear of protection, and I don't need to kind of feel judged because I'm not reapplying the way that I know secretly I should. If you're somebody that is happy to reapply every 2 hours, then there are lots of other options on the market. Use what works for you, but long wear exists, and that can take the stress out of reapplication. This is a broad spectrum sunscreen that is SPF 50+. That denotes the protection against UVB rays, but it's also got a sky-high UVA protection, which is the other form of rays which can age the skin. If you reach out to any brand, they should be able to tell you something called the PPD rating of their product. That PPD denotes the UVA protection level, and anything over a PPD of 19 is considered ultra high. So reach out to the brand, they should be able to disclose that. As long as that number's above 19, you are good and you've got broad spectrum protection. The PPD on this one is 23, so you know you're getting that locked in protection all day long. 6 hours, taking all of that stress out of constant reapplication. This delivers what I call a natural skin finish. It's just that sweet spot between matte and dewy that just gives you a natural look to the skin, and also works as a moisturizer too. If you want to go for a more matte finish on your sunscreen, this is a new launch and a bit of a revelation. This is the Geek and Gorgeous Zero Feel SPF 50. Again, new generation filters. This delivers a beautiful matte finish on the skin, so if that's for you, this is a great option. And again, they've disclosed their PPD rating, which is well in excess of 19, meaning this is truly broad spectrum. I love this so much. I kind of covered it in a separate video, which I'll dig out and I'll link up there if you want to know more. Both of these, broad spectrum sunscreens that don't break the bank, super affordable, and they just work. Choose the one that most aligns to the finish that you want on the skin, and your protection game is on point. Now up next, let's come on to retinoids. I think after sunscreens, retinoids are the second most important step in an anti-aging routine, and there's loads of different ones out there. Again, choose one that aligns with what you're looking for. Some people will say that prescription strength is the way to go, sure, but then you have to get a prescription for it. And that's not going to be within everyone's budget or time constraints. There are some great over-the-counter options, and my personal favourite is retinal. Retinal is a newer generation retinoid, which studies show produces greater results than traditional retinol, but with fewer side effects and irritation. That is a double whammy. Greater results, less irritation. That has to be a win. And there are so many new retinal serums hitting the market. My personal favourite is from brand Geek and Gorgeous. The same creators of this wonderful sunscreen have a great retinal range. They have three. They have an A-Game 5, an A-Game 10, and an A-Game 20. If you're new to retinoids, start at the 5, use a tube, then buy the 10, use the 10, then buy the 20, and then continue to use the 20. Graduate your way up, and that way you will have all that great anti-aging benefit, but it allows your skin to acclimatize before you go up in strength, minimizing side effects and irritation further. It doesn't get more affordable than this, doesn't get more effective, and yeah, I think when it comes to retinoids, you can go down that prescription route if you want, nothing wrong with that, but if you want to keep it super simple, accessible, and affordable, the Geek and Gorgeous A-Game range is absolute perfection. So we've got our sunscreen game on point. We are locked in with our retinoids, which are going to boost the collagen and elastin production in the skin, which retinoids do really well. They also increase cellular turnover to smooth everything out. But we want to boost that collagen a little bit further. And so one of the best ingredients to incorporate are copper peptides. Copper peptides are amazing because they work in two ways. First and foremost, they trigger the body into producing more collagen. They trick it and the body will then go into collagen production overdrive. That's the first significant way. But they also break apart in the skin to all the ingredients the body needs to create that collagen. So see it as like they're delivering the recipe book in order to produce that collagen, but also the ingredients needed to make the collagen cake. It's a double whammy, and that's why they are so effective. Copper peptides are also anti-inflammatory. They have some great antioxidant benefits. They're a must, I would say, in everyone's skincare routine. You can use your copper peptides just once a day on an evening, but I personally use mine twice a day. I like to get double the benefits, and if you choose an encapsulated copper peptide, you can do that morning and evening without worrying about it. Like I say, skincare shouldn't be stressful. Take the stress out of your copper peptides by choosing an encapsulated one. My two favorites are these. This is the Geek and Gorgeous Power Peptides. This has a blend of pro-collagen peptides, including copper peptides in it. It's in a beautiful emulsion, encapsulated so you can use it alongside all your other actives. I absolutely love this one for ease, the price point, the formula, all perfection. And of course, when I created my own copper peptides, this is the Mad About Skin Copper Peptide Serum. This one is encapsulated with a high dose of those copper peptides to, again, just give you maximum results on a budget, but in the simplest way possible, because that encapsulation just takes the stress out of it. You can also use this, don't just use it on the face, use it on the hairline, because copper peptides are great for reducing hair loss and increasing hair density. Use it on the brows for the same reason, and I like to put a little dose on the lips because it helps plump and hydrate over time too. Multi-purpose product are copper peptides, and yeah, this is again super affordable and is currently on 3 for 2. So if you put 3 in your basket when you check out, you're only actually going to pay for 2, which again just brings that price point right down. Copper peptides twice a day are like a core component of an anti-aging skincare routine that I personally would never be without. Now, at this point, I imagine quite a few are screaming, vitamin C, because that's often considered one of the most effective anti-aging ingredients, and it is. I love a good vitamin C serum, and there are so many out there. Make sure you choose a vitamin C that aligns with your individual skin's needs. If that doesn't make sense, I've documented it all in a video, which is going to simplify it out, make that process so easy. That video is linked up there. Check that out because that'll help you choose the right form of vitamin C based on your skin and what you're looking for. But whichever one you go for, Vitamin C is a core component of an anti-aging routine because it boosts collagen and elastin, but it also has some great antioxidant effects too. Antioxidants, which are things like free radicals, they hit our skin, stress it out, and can break apart collagen. So I would see vitamin C as pro-collagen in that it helps create more, but it's also preventative. It prevents that collagen degradation, meaning, again, like with the copper peptides, it's a bit of a double whammy. There are so many different vitamin C's on the market, and like I say, use that video that I linked earlier to choose the right one for you. But one of my personal favorites is Timeless. This is the Timeless vitamin C 10%. They do a 10, they do a 20. As with the retinoids earlier, I would say start with the 10, work your way up to the 20, maybe use 2 bottles of the 10, then buy the 20. That way your skin can get used to it, minimize side effects and irritation. But vitamin C, to get your glow game on point, prevent any collagen degradation, and also boost collagen production, is another absolute essential when it comes to anti-aging. And then last, but certainly not least, a good cleanser. And I know people are going to say, really? That's what we're ending on? That's what we're ending on cleansing? But hear me out. Cleansers start our routine. You can either start with success or you can start with failure. If you choose a cleanser that is harsh, it's stripping, and it's drying, any products that you put on afterwards are going to have to work doubly hard to counter all of that. If you start with a cleanser that's hydrating, it's calming, and it delivers a really effective cleanse at the same time, you have set your routine up for success. There are loads of cleansers out there. My personal favorite is this. This is the Remedy for cleansing. Now, they do 2 versions. This is the one for normal and oily skin. They also do one for drier skin types. So I'll link both down below. Choose the one that aligns to your skin type and what you're looking to get out of it. I use this one. It keeps the oil levels in my oily skin in check, but it doesn't strip and dry. I really think people neglect the cleansing step in their skincare routine. If you start your routine off setting yourself up for failure, you're never going to get those results. So go for a nice gentle cleanse. Put this on for 60 seconds by just working it in, massaging it in. That is going to wake up the skin, get the lymphatic drainage going, and is one of the really quickest ways of getting a little bit more in terms of bang for your buck from the rest of your routine. Don't neglect your cleanser. I probably should have started with this one, to be fair, because cleansing is just as important as your sunscreen, which comes at the end. These are the bookends of your routine. Get those wrong, and there's no point doing anything in between, in my view. And that is anti-aging in a nutshell. Now, can you add to this? Absolutely. There are loads of great ingredients out there. You've got your PDRNs. You could be including caffeine in here. You've got some great next level technology when it comes to using Centella asiatica alongside some of these ingredients. There's lots of other things you can add in, but this is a core 5 that if you just use these 5 steps, you will have an amazing anti-aging routine that delivers you phenomenal results on a budget. You can then build from there if you want, or you can keep it super simple. There is no judgment here. Do what works for you. And sometimes going back to basics is the best way of taking things forward, which is why I'm so happy to film this video today. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think this is enough in terms of an anti-aging routine? Would you personally use more? Do you actually use less than this? That's also fine. Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you've made it this far, if you're part of the bitter end crew, as you guys know, you mean the world to me. So let me know by reaching down into the comments and leaving the heart emoji. That will just allow me to personally thank you from the bottom of my heart with a comment and a reply. Say thank you for being part of that bitter end crew, because you guys really do mean the world to me. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.